Okay then guys, what is going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're inside a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League where we are going in for the February 14th patch notes. This is a interesting one and one of which I am a little bit disappointed by, and in the same breath glad that it is finally bloody here. We have been wanting the patch notes for a little while now, and unfortunately we've not had any sort of experience with this game as far as any significant patches, and I regret to tell you that actually it's the same again. We're going to dive on into what they've done today, including bug fixes and other releases inside of this patch, but it may not quite be as big or as hopeful as you wanted it to be. So with that being said, we're going to dive on into it. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, check out our sponsor Advanced GG, the #1 clinically proven energy supplement on the market. My favorite flavor is cherry vanilla, but you guys can catch an array of flavors via the link in the description. Use code CLOUD at checkout for a cheeky discount. And with that being said, let's see what we've got going on today. So let's take a look at what we have inside of these patch notes, and then some cheeky little bits of information with regards to the comic book which is released alongside this, and I think you're going to be massively surprised as to how this one works. But the post that we've got coming up today for the patch notes February 14th is: hello Task Force X, we want to start out by saying thank you to everyone who played the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League so far. We've loved hearing about the stories you've made in Metropolis and can't wait to continue our fight against Brainiac with you. This patch mainly addresses some of the bugs and difficulty scaling issues that were affecting players as they progressed into the higher mastery levels of 40 plus. So if you're not there yet, this is pretty much pointless, but we hope that these changes will lead to a more balanced, varied and overall enjoyable experience as you take on ever increasing challenges. We do, however, know that some of you players are running into issues which are not addressed in this patch. These include, but are not limited to, matchmaking issues, login issues, performance issues, and progression issues, among others. While we are not able to get those fixes implemented in this patch, we know that we are aware of the frustration these may cause and are working on making further improvements in upcoming patches. We'll be updating our known issues channel in our official Discord in the near future as the status of this develops. We'll see you in Metropolis. Now, before we get into these bloody notes that they add in at the bottom of this, I am extremely peeved by this because the known issues with limited matchmaking issues, login issues, performance issues, progression issues, the list of those things that are outstandingly wrong and are problematic are bigger than the actual list of fixes that we got, which irritates me greatly because this is the first real big patch that we've had since launch with actual patch notes and updates to go alongside it. And on PC, the update for this was over 20 freaking gigabytes. On the PlayStation 5 though, we only had around 1.5 gig download or something like that. It wasn't that big at all, and actually it was relatively minute, not really affecting whatsoever. But what the hell were we downloading on PC of 20 gigabytes? I want to know what you guys are thinking about this down in the comment section below, because me, myself, I'm a little bit peeved. You guys know that I enjoy this game and I'm having a lot of fun with it, but this is pissing me off a little bit that that's the response that we kind of got to all of those issues. Now, when we start looking at what they have fixed, so the bug fixes to begin with, they fixed a bug that was causing burning damage to scale with both player damage buffs and enemy buffs. Burning damage should only be scaling via enemy debuffs. They've also fixed that allowed Toyman and to stack multiple of the same augment in your gear, and they fixed a bug that sometimes prevented modifications to augments on your gear from saving after exiting a multiplayer session and joining a single player session. For me, the burning damage was one thing, and the fact that they're talking about obviously hitting that nerf into the ground, which yet they still have not done, I may add. They are looking at obviously nerfing that out. That's irritating enough, but the actual bug for this one has been fixed, so the infinite scaling inside of endgame is obviously no longer going to be a thing. Also, on top of that, changes that they have released. Now, Heat Wave's Molten Skin and the Turtle Shell have had their damage reduction reduced from 100% to 90%. On top of that, we've also got, due to some players exploiting certain mechanics, vehicle kills during Gizmo's support squad missions no longer grant XP. You should still award XP for your mission completion, which is annoying as hell because those vehicles killed things so quickly, and it obviously was an XP farm that people were utilizing to get as much XP as they possibly could. Well, you've gone and ruined it for the best of us now, because none of us can use it at all. On top of that, though, it says with the fix to burning damage, players will less likely to get to the same mastery level as before. As a result, we will be creating new leaderboards in the interest of fairness. Fear not, though, as we will be archiving the existing leaderboards, so those currently at top, the rankings will live on in infamy, which is completely freaking pointless if you ask me anyway, because when we take a look at the leaderboards as it stands, there's absolutely naffle there, to say the least. It's actually a little bit ridiculous because they're all bloody hacking and stuff, so you do what you want to do, but realistically these leaderboards are not going to be something that I pay much attention to whatsoever, to be completely freaking honest with you. Anywho, anyhow, when we start taking a look into what else they've done, though, they say with the fix coming from the burning damage scaling and hearing the concerns about hitting a wall when climbing mastery levels, we have reduced enemy health scaling for mastery level 46 and above. To keep things challenging, enemies at level 46 and above will now deal more damage, which is fair dues, fair play to them. I think that they've done a really good job with that one, and I think that that is something that obviously was an outstanding issue, so round of applause for you on that, guys. And then they just have the related posts, which for me is absolutely irrelevant completely. Now, that's actually everything that they've got inside of this update, and it is a little bit ridiculous that that's actually seeing for the first big renown patch on the game. I was kind of expecting a bit more. I was definitely expecting some connection problems and the main multiplayer issues that we're surfacing right now. As you can see on screen, what we're experiencing is absolutely ridiculous. This was me and Brown Yoda playing Suicide Squad earlier today, doing some endgame activities and trying to help him get through the game, as he's just got through the storyline, really enjoys it and wanted to get through it. And this was what we experienced at the end of said endgame, and that ran through until the point where I had to restart the actual application on the PlayStation 5. So the connectivity issues on their own are really, really bad, and then things like this are happening as well. It's just irritating and it's just annoying, and it's just not something that I really like when it comes to this. I think for me it comes to the smoothness of the gameplay, and I think that that is relatively important and should be something that we prioritize to a degree. I'm not sure it's something that we should be taking into a light term when it comes to the actual play of the game, and how the hell that has made it through to the main factor of the patch updates, and how them patch notes did not include anything like this. Fixing any of these bloody problems is well beyond me. Let me know what you guys are thinking via the comment section below, though, and if there was anything that you guys think should have hit the mark and what should have made it into the game, let me know your problems via the comment section, and then we can start passing these on to the guys over at Rocksteady, because for me this one is just not good enough, and it's actually nowhere near good enough, so we're neither here nor there. That's unfortunately all we got time for today, although there is going to be some more videos coming up over the oncoming weeks and days. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Thank you so much for your ongoing support on this one, and thank you very much for being so amazing. Like if you haven't already, subscribe with post notifications turned on, and up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.